All right, so what is embedding? Some of the things we see with embedding is, well, some of the things we see in our lives as we are, well, working through client work is just a chaos of things that you're doing. There's so many things that you're looking at the same time, and that you have to manage. So and that is a concept known as concept switching. So we do that pretty much every day, I guess. But the term concept switching actually came, as context switching came from the computer world, where you have people, where you have a computer able to use the same processor core for multiple processes. It can switch the context really easily. And with our lives, we end up doing that. We basically context switch from one task to the other and going chaotically all over the time. It's a busy life. And people don't like that confusion. So you see actually there is this greater demand for things to be consolidated in one platform. If you're looking at the app ecosphere in the past few years, we had websites and now we have apps. And now you have apps trying to get consolidated to one platform. So people are trying to reduce the number of points that people have to go to access information. So in one place, if you can receive all this information, that would be great. So people just get confused. That's why people get confused with the different options that they have to look at, the different dashboards. And if you have a dashboard here, you need to go to a tool somewhere else and access it and do something else. Or maybe you have a business where you have data for a client and you want to share it with them without having to email them PDF separately or without having to have them log into another portal or, God forbid, mail it with snail mail. So that you don't have to do all of that. You just want to be able to reduce the number of threads that you have towards a client. Wouldn't it be just awesome if everything was just in one place? Just peace and it would be we could get things done. You could act on things immediately from one point. You could see the reports, you could see how your business is doing right now, and you can act on it immediately. So this is kind of, I think, where embedded analytics comes in, where people have been looking into embedded analytical opportunities. And there are different tools that you could use for it. And Tableau is one among many, for sure. But it is, I think, one of the tools that really gets it well. It does it pretty well, and I will explain why. But just as a background, Tableau didn't start with embedded analytics in the short term. It's been quite a few years. You have a lot of people who put a lot of work into making this possible, which means now there are so many resources. There are a lot of tutorials that Tableau hosts online where you can actually follow along, copy code, and paste it into, yeah, into a place of your choice. You could copy dummy code to work with. And I will also show you through the session just how easy it is to work with it.